Throughout history and cultures all over the world, the concept of black magic has lingered in the shadows. It is a topic that evokes both fascination and fear, often shrouded in mystery and whispered rumors. Black magic represents the darker side of spirituality, a path where individuals seek to manipulate and control others through supernatural means. While some may dismiss it as mere superstition, the belief in black magic persists, and its influence can be felt even in our modern world. This essay delves into the reality of black magic, exploring its motivations, its ethical implications, and the devastating impact it can have on its victims. It is important to approach this subject with a balanced perspective. While acknowledging the existence and potential harm of black magic, we must also avoid sensationalizing it or perpetuating unfounded fears. Our aim is to shed light on this often misunderstood practice, providing clarity and understanding to those who seek it. By examining the truths and dispelling the myths surrounding black magic, we can better equip ourselves to recognize its signs, protect ourselves from its influence, and ultimately choose a path of positivity and light. At the heart of black magic lies a desire to exert power over others. The practitioners of these dark arts are driven by a range of negative emotions, but two stand out as primary motivators: jealousy and control. Jealousy, a corrosive emotion that festers within, can drive individuals to seek revenge or to sabotage the happiness and success of others. They perceive the target of their envy as having something they lack, and instead of seeking to improve their own lives, they resort to black magic as a means of tearing down the object of their resentment. Control, on the other hand, stems from a need to dominate and manipulate. Practitioners of black magic crave power over others, seeking to bend them to their will through supernatural means. This desire for control can manifest in various ways, from influencing someone's decisions to disrupting their relationships or even causing them physical harm. The need to control stems from a place of insecurity and fear, a belief that true power can only be attained through manipulation and coercion. Regardless of the motivations behind it, black magic is inherently unethical and harmful. It operates on the principle of violating free will, seeking to manipulate and control others without their consent. This disregard for autonomy is a fundamental transgression against the principles of respect and dignity that should govern our interactions with others. Black magic preys on vulnerability, exploiting weaknesses and insecurities to inflict harm. It is a cowardly and insidious form of manipulation, often carried out in secrecy and shrouded in deception. Moreover, the practice of black magic is not only detrimental to the victim, but also to the practitioner. By tapping into negative energies and engaging in acts of malice, they invite darkness into their own lives. This can manifest in a variety of ways, from emotional and mental instability to physical ailments and spiritual stagnation. The pursuit of power through black magic ultimately leads to a path of self-destruction, corrupting the soul and severing the practitioner from the positive forces of the universe. Recognizing the signs of black magic can be, well, tricky. Its effects often show up as a mix of symptoms that might not seem connected at first. Victims might notice sudden and dramatic changes in their physical, emotional, or mental state. These shifts can leave them feeling utterly confused, completely drained, and honestly pretty hopeless. On the physical side, black magic can show up as unexplained illnesses, chronic pain that just doesn't go away, insomnia, recurring nightmares, or even a constant sense of heaviness and fatigue. Emotionally, victims might experience heightened anxiety, sudden panic attacks, intense mood swings, or even fall into depression. They may feel overwhelmed by a flood of negative thoughts and emotions that seem impossible to escape. Black magic can also mess with the body's energy flow, especially within the chakras. Now, chakras are the energy centers that play a key role in our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. When black magic blocks or throws these energy centers out of balance, it can lead to all sorts of issues, with physical problems, emotional instability, and even a kind of spiritual stagnation that's hard to shake off. The effects of black magic can be, well, devastating. It can seep into every corner of a victim's life, leaving nothing untouched. Relationships with loved ones might start to crumble. Communication becomes strained, Feelings of distrust creep in and suspicion begins to take over. Victims often find themselves isolated, cut off from their usual support systems. This isolation only deepens their loneliness and despair. Financially, black magic can wreak havoc. It can lead to job loss, business failures, or unexpected financial burdens that seem to come out of nowhere. Opportunities might just vanish without explanation, and no matter how hard victims try, rebuilding financial stability feels like an uphill battle with no end in sight. This constant struggle can leave victims feeling trapped, hopeless, and utterly defeated. But the impact doesn't stop there. Black magic also affects the spiritual side of things. Victims might feel a deep sense of disconnect, as though their spiritual practices, prayer, meditation, or anything else no longer bring them any comfort. They may feel like they're under a constant psychic attack, plagued by nightmares, negative thoughts, and an ongoing sense of unease. This spiritual turmoil only adds to the emotional and mental pain they're already enduring, creating a cycle that's incredibly hard to break. So, who are the people behind black magic? Well, the truth is, it can be practiced by anyone who has the knowledge and the intent to do so. That said, it's often linked to individuals who hold positions of power or influence within a community. These individuals might use black magic to tighten their grip on control, eliminate rivals, or even exploit others for their own gain. In some families, black magic is passed down through generations, creating a cycle of harm and negativity that's hard to escape. Sometimes it's even relatives who turn to black magic, driven by envy, resentment, or a desire to control things like inheritance. In these cases, family members may target their own blood relations, which is, well, heartbreaking. Another group often connected to black magic is tantrics.